Hey guys, so today the video I'm having you guys watch is about pre-writing strategies. So when you guys are given a prompt for whatever our writing topic is going to be, these are the different ways that you can start brainstorming the different ideas that you might have. So depending on how you like to learn and what works best for you as a writer, you can look at the different ways that I'm showing you and pick which works best for you. So the first one that we have is an idea web. And so for our visual learners in the class, this can be a really great way to organize our ideas. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see here, this middle circle is our topic. So for your assignment, I'm asking you guys to write a story about something that's occurred in your own life. And so that's what you would put here is whatever it is you're going to be talking about. And these circles around here, you don't necessarily have to have six. It's whatever works for what you're writing about. You can put those other parts of your story in there, the details. And then if needed, you can even have more branches off of here to give even more details to this circle here. So at the end of the video, I'm going to ask you guys to pick a pre-writing strategy and use it. And what you guys can do is just draw your own circles on a piece of paper at home, and you can just copy this, come back to the video if you need to pause it, and so you can copy this down. That works great. So the next option we have is a story map. And for what I'm asking you guys to do today, telling a story about your own lives, then this might be a really great idea. So as you can see here, we have boxes for the beginning, middle, and end of our story. So you would put your details that matter for the beginning of your story here, and so on for the middle and the end. And it's also really important to have your setting down. So if it's about a swim meet you were at, you might describe the pool and what it looked like and what it smelled like and how it felt to be there. And your characters matter too. So I'm assuming that most of you will be a character in your own story, but if it's at a swim meet, your swim coach might be there. Your parents might be there watching you, or your siblings. So those are important to have there just so it's all laid out for you so you don't miss any details. Free writing is another idea. And now a lot of you might not see this as being a pre-writing strategy, but when you have a lot to say, sometimes the best thing to do is to just start writing. So you don't worry about the grammar or the spelling or whether or not your ideas are super clear or if they make sense. You just have to get everything down on paper so you can figure out what ideas are working and what ideas aren't. And this way you can kind of have an idea of how to change your writing so it can flow better for whoever's going to be reading your work. So this is basically just spilling out all of your thoughts onto paper and worrying about how it's going to get organized in the actual mechanics of your writing later. So for those of you who have so many ideas that you just can't wait to start writing, this could be a really great strategy for you. And then finally, we have an outline. And so for our people who are super organized, this could be a really beneficial way to start planning your papers. So what you do is you have your Roman numerals, and those represent your really big ideas of your paper. And then you just have your first idea, and then you start to fill it in with details. So your A's and B's and C's and D's, those are just the details that go with your main idea. And then if you go into the numbers, those are more specific details that relate to these letters here. So then you just keep going to your next main idea or paragraph. You put in details, you keep on going until you finally have all your ideas down. And so again, with all of these different things, you guys can just create them on paper at home. So if you need to come back to the video and reference any part of it, you can do that. And remember, it's not necessarily an exact science. You're not necessarily going to have just 4 of them. You're not necessarily going to have, this amount of writing. It's really whatever works for you guys and for what the prompt is. So just keep that in mind. So now it's your turn. So like I said, pick the pre-writing strategy that works the best for you and pre-write for a piece of writing that tells a story about your life. So think about whatever story you want it to be and then start pre-writing, and when we get to class, we'll make sure that we've answered any questions you guys might have about these strategies, and then we'll get started on our drafting. Thanks, guys.